how I see myself as an artist, I see myself as a drawer, actually. My main technique is drawing, and the way I think is also really on the medium of drawing. Also, like recently, for example, I'm working with ceramics, and I see how I approach the ceramics is also with drawing, also textile. I approach it with the vision of drawing. But of course, I approach drawing also bringing it into a different, like I bring drawing into collage too, but also into sculpture. So within the drawing, I'm bringing also other disciplines. I have a background of theater, and then I always see like this coming back in a way, and the way I approach the architecture of the space, and and the drawings coming up into a more 3D. But it's still like they are always quite flat. So I like to work with this boundary between 2D and 3D. My work is talking about different topics, and these topics always come from different interests that I have that normally come when there is something that I don't understand, or I find it not fair, or it makes me angry, or like I want to find out why it has been like that. So from there, these kind of questions, I start to move into different topics. Sometimes they are like gender topics, sometimes are like gender-related topics, sometimes they are more about social inequality, like sometimes corruption, sometimes capitalism. Like there is like many topics I'm approaching within my work, and depends on the interest of the moment, or the books I'm reading, or the news I'm reading on the newspapers. This brings me to one direction or another on the topic. I'm originally coming from a region in Catalonia in Spain, and the recent past of the history of Spain, like the dictatorship and also like the civil war that has been there, it has traces on my work too, because the personal history of my family, like my grandmother, she lived both. Yeah, my grandparents lived the civil war, and my parents, they grow up in a dictatorship, and all this. There's many things that interest me from that period, and also market me as a person, and also. I try to understand this past to understand me and what is going on now. So I think it is really important in a personal level, but also within my work and in a society level. So this year was delighted because I have been shown in two exhibitions organized here in CODA, and one was about drawing, and then I showed the work of my Sabines. And afterwards, there was this exhibition about craft, and craft is something I have been really focused recently. Like I went to Italy and to EKBC to do some residencies focused in really learning a new craft and diving into this new material is something I find out that I love to do. And within going into this material, finding my own language. Yeah, this work is titled El Balance, that it means the balance. It could be like the title, like the balance, like on the news, you know, that there's like this kind of statistics on things about calculations of, I don't know, the numbers of something. But what I try to do here, I mean, is talking about people and societies and inequality, actually. And there is like these two arms that for me represent like a sort of the capital, and they are like carrying like this group of people, and who are more important, who have more ways maybe to survive or to stay here or to have more power. So it's reflecting on this kind of ideas. I love drawing hands because for me, I don't know, since I was doing like theater, I always had this fascination on gesture. And how I see, hands, they have so much expression, and you can tell so much with just like how you move some fingers, like if you are angry or you're like, more peaceful, or so you can tell a lot with just like hands. So I have this huge fascination that I think it comes also for my fascination of gesture and theatricality. And so. Beautiful.
And the last piece is
Yeah.
all from the same period, huh?
Yeah, this I made them all in the same period. And this one is called Roses, is Rose. Yeah, rose is yeah, it's a flower that symbolizes like beauty and also like purity and all this. And actually, I was starting to work in creating different stereotypes in a female figure. Well, the rose in itself has like when in the place where you take the rose, or you when a human person will try to catch a flower or a rose. It has like all these pointy things that can harm you actually if you take it wrong. So I like this idea of the rose like that is defending herself also, like if you attack her in a way to cut it or something. And I wanted to have like this woman that is looking actually down and is strong and has like all these roses around her, and she's standing for herself. So yeah.